Hey, Closeteers. I know it's been slow coming because I have put out videos, but not as much content as I would like. And that is due to I've really been on TikTok lately. And I started TikTok originally just to, kind of do the same thing I do over here, piece by piece, bit by bit of my life. But I started over there with the overcoming of being molested, raped, and gang raped. And just my morning affirmations. That's how I started. But then things got real. Things went into race. Um, things went into just a lot of different things. But one of the trends that happened on TikTok was very near and dear to my heart, and it opened up an old wound. And so I want to talk to you about that. I will more than likely be doing this in two parts because I want to talk about how it can affect in two different ways the outcome. And so there was this trend where white women were fake crying, real tears, and then could cut it off like how you would cut off the faucet, right? And so I did a brief video on TikTok, probably 60 seconds or so, saying how I didn't appreciate it and why I didn't appreciate it. I have a son who was falsely accused and wrongfully convicted of a bad moral decision based on a lie. What is that on my lip? Oh, that's just shiny, yeah. Oops. Y'all know me and my lips, I'm sorry. So, and it didn't get really, it didn't do many views, many likes, stuff like that. But I don't have a huge following on TikTok either. So I understand that. But I'm disappointed because we moved right on to the next trend, which I believe became, the passing of of Juneteenth being a federal holiday. Then, of course, the next day was Father's Day. And then, of course, this Black Barbie situation happened. But I could not move on like that because this, to me, is really important. Really important that we teach our daughters and our sons that it's not okay to cry wolf. That in crying wolf, many Black men have lost their lives. Emmett Till, we can never forget Emmett Till. We can never forget Tulsa, Oklahoma. Many. And those are the ones that we know that are like really embedded in history, but they're far, far more than that where, and it's not just white women, I understand that, but it's mainly white women that cause destruction and death, right? With the fake tears and the crying wolf. So I wanted to talk about that because I was disappointed in how quickly TikTok moved on from it, like it was a fad or something. And you cannot call anything a fad that has happened for centuries, right? And decade after decade after decade, right? So it's not a fad. It is really something that they're being taught, because it's no way that it can continue if you're not teaching it. Just like racism, if you're not teaching it, it's impossible for it to continue. So I took offense to it. But on the other side of that, it renewed in me the fight to want to clear my son's name, right? It's been 14, 15 years since this happened. And I fought really hard. And it's actually surrounding the time that I had my first heart attack. So wow, it hasn't even been 14 or 15 years. Now that I think about it, it's been more like 10 years. So It, yeah, it's not good. It's not trendy. And it's not something that should be taught. And it's not something that should be allowed, because I'm pretty sure many police officers have probably seen that trend, and yet and still, they will still go out and arrest people based on tears, right? I am going to fight to clear my son's name. I had a very hard time dealing with that situation. One, knowing how I raised my child, how we raised our children. Just the mere fact that he had to face something like that was very devastating. It was very devastating. And then people don't understand the effects that carry for the rest of your life, right? People don't understand what the accused face mentally, right? No one understands that. And even in having your name cleared, and even maybe in having the person apologize, it still doesn't change how it changed that, how it changed him or her. But I'm talking specifically about my son, so I will utilize the pronoun him. It doesn't change how it changed him. It does not take away from the person he became and the way he has no faith in the justice system. He has no trust for the police. Like, it forever changed how he interacts with the police, how he interacts with the justice system, and what he thinks the justice system thinks of him. And he was a teenager when this happened. So to have that experience at such a young age, and to be a young Black man, knowing that chances are you will encounter the police a lot more in your life, that is not good. That's trauma. It's PTSD, and people are just sweeping it under the rug. And I'm not happy with it, right? Like, I just learned that the woman who falsely accused Emmett Till is still alive. And there is no apology that she could give that could change what happened. But the fact that because she did not commit the murder, there's no charges that could be brought against her, because the only thing without a statute of limitations surrounding that incident is the murder. So, yeah. And so there's so many things wrong with the ability to weaponize white tears, the ability to weaponize a woman's tears, whether it's Black, white, whatever. But like I said, and I'm going to stick to that, I will not straddle the fence on this situation. I will not protect anybody's fragility. White tears kills. White female tears kill. Black men especially, right? And the fact that it's become trendy to do it, I'm appalled. I'm appalled. And as I said, when I signed off TikTok, I told them thank you, because they renewed a fight in me, a necessary fight. See, there are so many things. There are so many things about the justice system that needs to be, I don't even say changed anymore. I say, yeah, it needs to go. The whole system, it needs to be thrown out and redone. And most of the people that are a part of the justice system right now need to be thrown away, because it's hard to, the saying, it's really hard to teach an old dog new tricks. And so even if a new system was put in place, not going to tell me that they won't bring old habits with them. So that's a problem for me. We have to understand that the policing and the Justice Department in America was put in place to mainly address slavery. Right? That's the mentality of it. So, how can we expect a justice system that was not built for us to work for us? That it's not realistic. It is not realistic. And people are going to disagree with me, and that's fine. You're welcome to your opinion, but my opinion won't change. I do believe in, at first I started off believing in defunding the police. But now I believe in dismantling and putting a new system in place where, laws and rules, laws, general national laws, federal laws, they need to change as well, but those can be in place. But local laws are based on local situations, and that's just the truth. And that's kind of in place now, because state to state, county to county, city to city, things change based on the makeup of the community. But we need to make that work for us. We need to make that work for us. We have to stop sitting by waiting for politicians to do what's right? Because they've proven that they can't. Even if they go in with the greatest of intentions, their hands become so tied up that it almost becomes impossible for them to deliver on their campaign promises. And that's where we, the people, come in, because the system, if it's really based on democracy, which I believe America's democracy is a whole hypocrisy, then it's our voice that should be the loudest, and it's our voice that should be heard. So I personally believe it's time out for asking. Like, we have the power to not ask. We have the power to tell them. We have the power to demand. And so that's where I am. That's where I am. I am baffled, and I'm taken aback by that trend on TikTok, and then by it passing by so quickly. Like, it was like a flash. And okay, move on to the next thing. Yeah, I don't work like that. And especially when it and this is true of most of us, until it affects you, you really don't take it as serious. Even if you do activism, even if you want to help a situation, until it has affected you, your fight is different, right? I believe that your fight is different. And I lost a lot of passion to fight that fight because of what happened to my health. But to see that 10, 11 years later, it could be a trend. It seems to be a trend for them to do stuff like that. Yeah. I'm fired up. I'm fired up because something has to change, right? Something has to change. And we've kumbaya'd. We've marched. It's time to demand. It's time to demand. That's where I stand. My son became a whole different person because of his experience, because of it changed him forever. And even to this day, I could see the effects of it just based on him versus our other 3 children, right? And so I have to make the connection, the correlation, that what happened in his life has to have something to do with the person that he's become, with the way that he behaves when it comes to law enforcement, with the way that he behaves when it comes to any judicial proceedings. Like right now, he has where he's battling for custody. And my son does not want to go to court because he has no trust in the judicial system. He wants his son. He wants to fight for his son, but he's so afraid to walk in that court and be treated how he was treated. And that's wrong. It's wrong that we pay our tax dollars to a system that was not built for us. And I get soft with things like this, but please do not take my tears as a sign of weakness, because my tears are also to help calm down my anger. So, yeah, don't do it. But we pay our taxes to a system that's not meant for us, that's not meant to protect us, right? We pay our taxes for the policing of us, which is totally militarized in our communities. We pay our taxes for schools, which are trash in our community, because they made it based off property tax, and as you know, they devalue our property so badly that our schools really don't get much money, right? And then teachers, doctors, nurses, all these professionals, they get these breaks with their student loans to teach in our neighborhoods or to work in our neighborhoods, and they're not doing it. A lot of them, I can't speak for all of them, but they're not doing it because it's something that they want to do in their heart. They're doing it because of the financial gain of it, right? So they don't care. It's like, let me go in there and do my 5 years and get out of here. If they don't care the impact that they make. So I want to stop so many things like that. And I know that this started about my son, because that's what it really is about. The de-weaponizing of white tears, the de-weaponizing of tears, fake tears of any kind, but mainly the tears of white women, de-weaponizing those tears, because many of us have witnessed the Karen situation that's been going on. We've witnessed it like full throttle. We've seen it, right? And we've seen the impact that it has still. We've seen how their tears are taken as a sign of truth and protect this white woman. We've seen that. And I'm tired of it. So, dear Karen, dear white woman with the fake tears, dear anyone with the fake tears, but I'm specifically talking to you, I'm coming for you. I am coming for you. And I will not stop until I draw my last breath or something changes. Thank you guys. Please remember to click like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you.